Hi, this is a short presentation on turning a bad advertisement into a good one. It's based on the project of a group that I had a few semesters ago, and I thought that it was a good example of their process getting from an advertisement that wasn't good and their middle stage to their final stage. So let's take a look. Here's the ad that they started with. It's in the center. It says, "You make the drive, we'll make the deal, Fort Wayne Nissan, fortwaynenissan.com." And it has a little cartoon car with a lion in it. Although it's hard to see, next to the lion's hand, there's two little words. It says Bob Rohrman, but it's spelled R-O-H-M-A-N. But maybe the roarings has something to do with the lion. I have no idea. What you can see is that there are some problem areas here. So let's think about those in more detail. Okay, the cartoon lion in the car doesn't make the business seem very serious, and it doesn't use the space well to showcase the product because we don't actually see any Nissan cars. The slogan is taking up a third of the space at the top, and it doesn't provide any useful information. The key information, like the address of the facility, not provided, it's missing. The designer hasn't considered the audience's needs then. The advertisement lacks any really visually interesting element, though the yellow font on the black is certainly eye-catching. And then the overall impression is just that it's rather amateurish. That has to do with using clip art. You can see that the font is a sans serif, which is probably the best choice for this, but it seems to be more different fonts, that different weights to font, and so on. So let's take a look at the next redesign attempt. This was their first redesign attempt, and it wasn't their final one. So take a quick look and see what you see. There are some good choices and some bad choices here. First of all, a car has been added, and that showcases the actual product. A good choice. The black is a color that shows seriousness and sophistication, so that makes it a more mature-looking advertisement, certainly than the first one. The red for the name of the company stands out visually, and it draws an attention in an appropriate way to the top. But there are some unsuccessful elements as well. The fonts are weirdly blurry around the edges. They're a bit hard to read. The black car is kind of getting lost on this black background, and there's not enough contrast there. And the logo is over large and positioned in an odd place. Also, I would say that the positioning of the address is sort of falling off the bottom of the page. The Fort Wayne Nissan is visible there at the end, which is good, but there's still no phone number. There are some things that are still missing. So this was their final redesign, and you can see that they came up with something quite different. Take a look. Take it in. So what makes that final attempt the strongest? The fonts are more readable than the original. The color and spacing of the text images moves the eye over the page in a more organized manner. The black bars that have been inserted above and below create a frame that allows more information to be included without creating clutter on top of the car image. The car is larger, the color is brighter, and there's more contrast between the background and the car. And there's no human image used, which usually we would say a human image is the best. But in this case, human images could possibly be less than useful because the advertiser may want to reach the broadest possible market. And if you put one type of family, it might associate the product with just that audience rather than making it more available to all audiences. So let's go back and just take a look one more time. Successful document. It's still got a lot going on, but they've tried to preserve the little logo of the original Bob Rohrman's car. I think they probably could have left that out. But overall, it's much, much better. This is sort of an A-. There's some things. The GTR at the left-hand corner, the clip art at the right-hand corner, the Nissan. There is still a lot going on. They could limit it down, but they've got the name of the place, the contact information, phone number still missing, but it's much, much, much clearer. So this is a good redesign, and that could be something to aspire to. So we can see the difference from the original to the final.